Hi, thanks for joining me today. We've got a nice little bit of Pilates for mobility, particularly focusing on hips, lower back, just loosening them up a little bit, as well as an overall stretch. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Come and join me on the mat. Okay, so we're just starting in standing with a little bit of a stretch, just grounding the feet, just pulling in through the core, engaging those core muscles. Drop your shoulders down, take a deep breath and relax. Bringing the arms overhead, opening into a Y shape, big stretch here. Nice deep breath in as you stretch up. Exhale to come down. Lovely. One more here. Good. We're taking one arm up, reaching over, keeping the weight through both feet, just stretching through the side and the other way. One more here. Lovely. Just dropping the shoulders again. We're going to bring the arms up in front. One hand stacked on top of the other. We're going to keep our hips facing the front and we're just going to rotate the upper body. Follow it around with the head. Just stretching out through the upper back. Good. One more each way. Lovely, relaxing those arms down. Take the feet a couple of inches wider, toes pointing forward, knees pointing forward. We're just going to sit into a little squat, reaching the arms forwards and back. So just as far as you can comfortably go. Breathing all the time. Lovely. On this next one, we're just going to lift the right heel and lower as you come down, and then switch it. Just working through the ankles. And one more here. Lovely. This next part, I'm just going to use the wall as a little bit of support. So the wall, some furniture, whatever you've got available, just a hand out for balance. We're going to raise the outside knee up. Right angle at the knee, right angle at the hip, toes are pointed. And we're just going to kick back gently and bring that knee forward. So we're literally just working this hip forward and back. Try and avoid arching as you do this movement. Try and keep your core nice and strong, so it's just the hip that's moving. Forwards and backwards. Lovely. Two more here. Leaving that knee raised, we're going to turn the ankle inwards. So we're rotating the knee in and out, as if the lower part of your leg was a pendulum, just swinging gently forward and backward here, side to side. So this hip is rotating, the knee joint is rotating, and just loosening everything off. Lovely. And then we're going to bring that foot down to the floor. I'll come here so you can see this one. So we're just going to rest the toe on the floor. Stay by the wall if you want some stability. We're just going to rest on the toe. And again, we're going to open out through that hip. Both hips staying forwards. Just open and close with that knee. So this hip is doing all of the work. Lovely, one more here. Good, well done. So go repeat that on the other side. Coming back for support with that knee. Raised, 90 degrees. Toes pointed, so we're kicking back. Keeping that core nice and connected. Imagine there's a bit of string on the top of the hip bone connecting to the lower ribs. Keeping that connection nice and strong there. Lovely, one more here. Lovely, leaving that knee raised. So we're just going to take the toes side to side here. Rotating through this hip joint. A little pendulum swing with the lower part of that leg. Lovely, last one here. And then back into that little clown movement. So resting on the toe on this foot. Opening out through that knee. Hip doing all of the work here. Good, last couple here. Excellent, well done. Okay, we're going to come to the end of our mat. We're just going to do a little roll down. So first of all, just reset. Pull in your core, drop your shoulders. Looking out along the horizon, neck nice and long. We're just going to tuck the chin. Let the shoulders roll forwards. Top of the head, aiming towards the floor. As far as you're comfortable to come down. Knees can be soft. Take a breath in and exhale. You should curl back up nice and slowly. Shoulders coming down. Going one more, tuck the chin. Rolling all the way forwards. And restacking all the way back up. We're going to do one more here, and this time we're going to come all the way down to the mat. So whenever you need to, just start to bend your knees, bring your hands towards the mat, and just slowly walk yourself forward so that you're on hands and knees here. Okay? Just take a second here just to set nice and strong. Hands are directly underneath shoulders, core muscles are lifted and pulled in nice and strong. Okay, so we're avoiding that kind of slump position here. We're lifting up. And we're just going to slide opposite hand, opposite foot, out along the mat, and bring them back in. And switch. So lengthening through the spine, keeping the face just looking down towards the mat, so no tension through the neck. You can stay here, or if you're happy with this move, you can just float the arms away once they reach that extended position. So lifting them just gently off the mat, bring them back down and slide them in. So a little float. Really think about lengthening through the spine, reaching away your fingertips and toes. Lovely, we're going last one here. Good. Just take a second, sit back, release your wrists if you need to. Just take a little breath. We're going to come back to our kneeling position. And we're just going to do a little single leg circle, okay, so a little hip circle. So you're just going to lift one knee and create a little circle around with that knee. Okay, so we're trying to keep the pelvis quite stable. Just using that hip joint, creating that circular movement. And then we're going to rotate around the other way. last one here, bringing that knee down and just resetting. And then we're doing the same thing on the other side. Okay, so lifting that knee just slightly, creating that little circular movement. And take it around the other way. Lovely, last one here. We're going to bring our toes together. We're just going to take our knees a little bit wide and we're just going to sink back as far as you can comfortably into child's pose here. Just take a couple of deep breaths here. And gently coming back up onto your knees. Okay, so from here we're going to step into a lunge, okay? So just carefully bringing one leg forward. So we're in a nice kneeling lunge position. And we're going to lift the chest and drop the shoulders here, okay? So we're going to do a little rotation movement. So we're going to bring hands either side of the head here. We're going to gently rotate one way and then the other, and then when we're here we're going to lower ourselves down, leaning in towards that knee. Just nice and slowly, take this carefully. If this is throwing you off balance, particularly with that lean into the knee, then just stay with the rotation. Again, if it feels too much with the hands up, just take it into a little rotation here if that's preferable for you, okay? Otherwise, hands either side of the head. Lovely, we'll go one more here. Excellent. So just carefully switching legs on this one. Bringing the other foot forward. Arms coming up if that's how you're comfy. Otherwise, as I say, keep the arms wide and just rotate here. Okay? So rotating around. Chest is up. And then we're leaning in towards that knee. Lovely, we're going one more here. Excellent, well done. Okay, just carefully coming back with the knees underneath you here. And we're going to come into just a little side sitting position. So, we're aiming to go for a little 90-90 with our knees, okay? So, have a little play around. If this feels uncomfortable, take your legs slightly further out from you. Just find a position that feels like that's reasonably comfortable for you, okay? We're going to start with, again, just a little bit of work on the hips, supported with the outside hand here. We're just going to lift this knee. So this is our back knee here. Lift and lower. So the hip is just rotating here. You can stay with that movement, just working through that hip, if that's comfortable for you. Or we can just progress and lift this whole leg so it comes in towards the front leg. So lifting it up and around, so a big rotation around through this hip. Good. If that's feeling awkward, I mean, just have a little play around with your position here. You might want to support yourself by leaning over a bit more, having the forearm on the mat, just whatever works for you, or just sticking with that first move, just lifting and lowering that knee here. Lovely, couple more here. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to take that onto the other side, so just reset. Knees in that 90-90 position. As I say, you can lean a little bit further, you can rest on your forearm if you need that little bit of extra support. So we're just going to start with that little knee lift. Okay? So it's just this hip that's working. Lovely. A couple more here. And then if you're happy to give that bigger movement a try, we're lifting all the way up and around with that foot and back. Lovely. Good. Two more here. Excellent stuff. We're going to do one more little move here. You might want to support yourself just by leaning back a little bit. What we're going to do is lift both our knees and rotate them around, okay? So, leaning back, you're going to roll from the edges of your feet onto the other side. So lifting the knees, rotating them around, and coming back. So lean back, supporting yourself on your arms if you need to. You can take that to a more upright position if that's comfy for you, so arms maybe out in front. Just depends on flexibility really, how your hips are feeling today. This is quite a big movement. And you'll find you probably will move forward as I'm doing over the mat. Okay, last one here. Excellent stuff. Come back into the centre of your mat if you've wandered. Okay, legs crossed or just out in front, knees bent, however you feel comfortable. We're just going to take a little stretch. Side to side here. Lovely. We're going to come down onto the mat into lying for our last few bits here, okay? So coming into a little shoulder bridge, walk yourself back down onto the mat. Just reset yourself here, so have a little wriggle through the hips, relax them into the mat. Try and get alignment through the hips, the knees, the ankles, all parallel. Relax your head back. If this feels too much strain on the neck, get yourself a little head cushion and just prop your head. You don't want it fully up, but if this is more comfortable with a little cushion here, then go and grab that. Okay. Take a deep breath in, relax your shoulders, pull them away from your ears. And we're just going to push down gently through our feet and lift our hips up. So peeling our hips off the mat. And coming into that shoulder bridge. Slowly curling down, lowering the lower part of the back last. And peeling it up off the mat. All the way up into that bridge. Lovely. If you want to, on this next one, float your arms up with your hips, bringing them overhead. And bringing them back down as you lower your hips. Keep your breathing nice and steady, don't hold your breath. Keep going, two more here. Lovely. Just resettle yourself into the mat here. We're just going to do a little bit of shoulder work. So we're just going to bring our hands, tipping them up, pointing them up towards the ceiling here. And we're just going to reach as far as we can, as if you're pulling your shoulders off the mat, reaching your fingertips towards the ceiling, and gently relax them down, bring the shoulders all the way, melt them into the mat. Lift them away. As if someone was trying to pull you up by your fingertips, and then relax them down. Lovely, one more here. Brilliant. Bring your hands down by your sides. And we're just going to try a little snow angel. So, fingertips on the mat. And we're going to just float those arms, skim them around the floor. Reach them as far as you can overhead. And bring them back around. Lovely. Deep breaths. Nice big stretch through your shoulders. And we've got one more here. Lovely, just relax them by your sides here. Okay, we're just going to do a little glute stretch. So we're going to lift one leg, place the opposite ankle over the opposite knee. Okay, now if you're comfy here, just put a little bit of pressure on that knee and just stretch through the hips and the glutes there. If you're happy to take that a little bit further, just place fingertips behind the knee and pull that knee in, just getting a bit more of a stretch there. Nice deep breaths. Lovely. If you've got your leg raised, just lower it back down to the floor. Then we're just going to do a little rotation. So we're going to drop that toe, rolling the hips over to the side and taking the knee over the other way. So a nice big roll. Just as far as you're comfy, side to side there. Last one here. Lovely. We're going to switch that over to the other side. So the other leg comes up. So if you're staying here, just a little bit of pressure on that knee, just gently stretching out there. If you can, bringing that knee up and just relaxing into that stretch. Deep breaths. Ease it in a little bit more if you can. And then releasing that leg down to the floor, just for that little toe touch, that little roll side to side here. Lovely, last one. Brilliant. Uncross the legs. Just roll yourself over onto your side carefully. And we're going to push up to sitting. And then just carefully come over onto hands and knees here. Okay, so we're back in our kneeling position and we're just going to finish off with a little bit of threading the needle. So we're going to just slide our hand through, relax down to the mat. Again, if you're not comfortable putting your head all the way down to the mat here, a little head cushion or block here, just relax your head down, relax into that stretch and take a few breaths here. Lovely, gently easing yourself up. We're going to go the other way. So feeding through and relaxing into that stretch. Lovely, gently coming all the way up. Hands on the mat here. We're going to tuck our toes under. Now we're just going to push gently into downward dog. So lifting the hips, pushing back into our calves, stretching through the shoulders, and we're just going to do a little heel lift, side to side here. Lovely, gently bring these down to the mat. Bring your hands closer to your knees and just very gently roll yourself back onto your feet. And come up nice and slowly here. Just rolling out one vertebrae at a time. Head coming up last. Lovely, coming back into the centre of your mat. And just taking a deep breath here. Bring the arms up. And exhale. Lovely, one more here. Fantastic, well done. I hope that's good for you. Apologies if you can hear the dogs in the background. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.